Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We're going to be taking another look here at Effort, probably the last one for a little bit. Effort as Zerg in the top left of Radeon, going up against nOOB as Protoss in the top right. We saw that one insane game against Quickly. I didn't feel like that was a great measure. Like, I really enjoyed the way that Effort played it, and he did end up losing against kind of a strange style that only Quickly seems to play. But I didn't feel like that really showed us that much about Effort's play in this matchup. So hoping that we get kind of a slightly more normal, like a more early and mid-game oriented Zerg vs. Protoss here. Not that there wasn't some action in that other PvZ, but yeah, I'd like to see just what Effort's thinking about in this matchup. And his Overlord's going to scout pretty quickly here to nOOB. Looks like nOOB is going to do a gateway opener. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Thank you guys, of course, for watching ArtosisCasts. Couldn't do without you. Please do make sure you subscribe if you have not yet. Also, I have been working on my other YouTube channel, Artosis TV. It's very different from what it used to be. It doesn't really have anything to do with the stream anymore. For a long time, it was kind of like almost a highlight channel for that. But I would suggest that you check out my other channel, Artosis TV. It's not posted on as much as ArtosisCasts, but definitely much, I think, better content. I like having it have like a different thing that it's doing. So I would suggest checking out a lot of the videos there right now are about trying to get better at Brood War and things like that, which I think are pretty fun. So anyways, taking a look here, he does actually add the Forge. So the 1-gate Forge Cannon Rush, we've seen this a few times recently, but this is not a common build, and I can't ever remember it being a common build. So he'll throw a pylon down here so he can't jump if he tries to jump. What? What? I wonder why he doesn't just keep a pylon there. Oh, he locks it in? Oh, he's not gonna... That seems like that was a misclick. Gets a second drone back there. Is that enough to kill it? I think it is. I think that's enough to kill... Oh, with the third, 100% it is. But I think even with the two, he would kill it. Okay, so he gets the cancel there. So nOOB's Cannon Rush has basically failed. I mean, good play there from Effort to block it. That was kind of weird from nOOB, though. And this build, I'm surprised this build is actually popping up so much. It's like the gateway pressure into... It's like you scout them and you say, you know what? I can get a cannon here with the Zealots. And almost worked there. We have seen it work a little bit recently. But yeah, in this particular game, nOOB having a little bit of a hard time. He's trying to get in and get some damage on these drones. But good micro there from Effort, keeping that back. This one Zealot not really getting any kills as of yet. And Effort with his third hatch on location down here. Photon Cannon coming up, and I'm sure we'll see the Cybernetics Core plop down next to this gateway. Everything looking pretty safe. Pretty normal here for nOOB, I guess, considering the semi-fail on the Cannon Rush. This was not as failed as just a straight Cannon Rush, because he at least did get to put on a little bit of pressure with the Zealots and stuff, but definitely not a good position for him. Now, how does Effort play from this winning position? Actually, as I say that, I just thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? This is something I should look into a bit more. Because I definitely... I don't talk about very much how players play from winning positions, but sometimes, like for instance, we were talking about Rain recently, and how Rain from a winning position, it'll almost look lazy, but he kind of like, he secures the victory in a way that might look cost inefficient or bad. I'm sure you guys can look back and remember some of the Rain games I've cast on here semi-recently where it's like, yeah, he gets ahead against Terran, then he does like these trades that look terrible, but he never lets the Terran up. Okay, so I'm like, because I just said that, you know, I'd like to see how does Effort win from a advantage position from here. Like, how does he want to play? Because that's actually, for some people, a somewhat career-defining thing. It's like, and different players have different strengths in this way. Like, for instance, Sharp is very good from behind. If he's slightly behind, he might be the best player in the world at playing from slightly behind. And his style, that kind of makes sense, because his style is one that is a little bit volatile. So, like, he'll get behind, but then he'll fight back. You know, through, like, vulture movement or something, okay? Jaedong is a great example of this. Jaedong's JVZ that people remember so well, about how his Zerg vs. Zerg win percentage was so high, that was because he was very good. Like, he never lost games when he got ahead. He was the best finishing Zerg there was. That's like the majority of his win rate was due to that, not from him being magically able to win all positions. It was like, oh, I 9-pooled and you went hatch first. I win all the time with this. Like, every time instead of just most of the time. Yeah, so anyways, that's I think that's kind of an interesting thing I might have to look towards in the future. Okay, so double forge here. I actually brain farted this. I looked up and I saw +1 armor. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, what? I just assumed that would be cybernetics core. That's kind of cool, though. That's a very fast double forge. Very fast. Now, there are some Hydras coming out. This is already going to be a 5-hatch Hydra. Of course, they're going to come in and see it. He's going to see Evolution Chamber, Layer on the Way, all those great things. I kind of like it from nOOB. I like double forge builds. I'm a big fan of double forge builds. Because, you know, the mid-game is so Hydra-focused that it just feels like having those additional upgrades is just always going to be really, really strong. Zealot legs on the way. Adding those 3 gates, so he is going to have 4-gate production. If he has 4-gate 1-1 speed lots, that sounds really scary, because normally it's 4-gate +1 speed lots. And obviously it does cost quite a bit to get the +1 armor out there. You know, it's like he could have had another gateway quicker, maybe he could have a couple more zealots. But the +1 armor, will be able to pay that off over time? Or maybe just the fact that he's able to put on pressure of a similar strength? What is this? What are you doing? The micro is really silly. The thing is, sometimes it makes sense to move like that to keep your unit moving if you think like maybe Scourge are about to pop out and you want to get out of there quickly, but like that didn't compute. There's not even a Spire. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, so nOOB runs up and he's trying to just run up and surround. That's like, he doesn't care about the Zerglings. The Zerglings can't do anything against 1-1 Zealots. They will just evaporate if the Zealots fight. A little bit messy there. And as you'll see, yeah, the Zerglings will just evaporate. They're barely even dealing damage here. But a lot of Hydras come up. So the Zealots, they have to turn and fight. He's actually killing a fair amount of these Hydras. But definitely feels like he could have done this engagement a little bit better there. He does have 2-2 on the way, which is cool. Should be getting Psystorm pretty soon. Has a couple DTs coming out, which is important. Corsair going over for a bit more of a scout. It is an interesting game. With the Spire finishing, though, I do wonder if there's any chance of making some mutas. Like, it doesn't feel like a game where Effort wants to go muta. He's not really focusing on his gas intake and building up that bank. But, like, there's just not much anti-muta on the map. So, it could be very good. Now, a lot of Lings were just made. And I talked about this previously. Like, Effort really, really likes Zerglings. He makes a lot of Zerglings. But the Zerglings in this particular case are going to be hot garbage against 1-1 Zealots. So not sure what those are going to get done for him. The Zealots come up and try to engage these Hydras. Damn, and they're doing quite a fine job. He comes in with a little bit of a flank. But it does seem as if there's enough Hydras here as he kites back a little bit. He is kind of starting to pick everything off there. By the way, DT slips in. Another DT trying to slip in. Oh, God. Very, very low. Yeah, it doesn't really get good damage here with the DTs. Decent try. Seems like the Zealots actually did end up taking that battle for the most part. Like a couple Hydras come out. Plenty of gates. Getting into some Dragoon production as well. Psystorm. Another gateway being made. I wonder about these Zerglings. I really, really, really super do. Couple mutas, like 2 mutas. I think the mutas, he's literally just going to go sit right there. Oh. I'm so stupid. I missed that while we were looking and pondering about other things. Okay, so he did make the full group. So this feels like it's going to be really, really strong. There's just been so few Corsairs this game. And, well, Dragoon range is about to finish, which will help a little bit. But, yeah, not great cannon coverage. Did throw down the one Psystorm. He had a couple DTs, but he lost them. So Maelstrom is probably out of the question. It's a little bit too late to go for that. You kind of have to pre-counter mutas with Maelstrom. Gets an okay Storm, but now loses the High Templar as well. Well, this, I think nOOB has given up. I really think that at this point, nOOB is like just going through the motions because he has lost so many probes. He was kind of slow at moving those. Kind of a clowny game from him, if I can be honest about it. He's about to have 2-2, which is nice, but like any timing he might have had is gone because his economy got just destroyed. Completely destroyed. He's got that 2-2 now, literally against 0-0 lings. Yeah, the mutas trying to, in fact, do get those snipes, not even try and just get them. Gets another one as well. This is the last hurrah of nOOB in this game. Pretty well played overall from effort. Like he massed enough Hydras to actually kill off the very strong Zealot move-outs that we had. A lot of times what you'll see there instead is the Zerg will pull back into good Sim cities and kind of block it and try to outscale the Zealots, whereas effort just kind of went toe-to-toe with the Zealots over and over. And obviously the mutas were the finishing blow there. But I would say that was one of the interesting parts, but also the mid-game Zergling plume that he made. I was very surprised to see that. What did he make? Like 18 lings in the mid-game against someone who already had 1-1. GG. So a pretty one-sided game overall. I think there was some redeeming things that nOOB was going for, but it didn't work out. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I would say overall looking at this, effort is obviously in very good shape. I know he hasn't played in like a year, but he's looking very, very good. And I tell you what, I am really hoping he returns to ASL next season. I think that would... Imagine if Effort, Flash, and Soulkey are all in ASL next season. How insane that would be. Oh my God. I don't even want to think about it. Thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.